There's one thing you can do starting today that will help you not only survive what's going on right now in the world, but it'll help you thrive. And I'm so tired of seeing so many people get left out or even crushed by these uncertain times. We have more power than we think. So there's one thing you need to do, and I'm going to tell you what it is today. I spent the last 72 hours studying events. I've been studying people and behavior. And I wanted to see what set people apart during the pandemic from those who were crushed by it financially and those who came out of it actually even stronger. Some of the most successful people your age right now who were who were built during the pandemic did this thing. And I studied it and I knew it was an instinct that I had, so I had to follow up on it. And I want to see you win. So I'm going to tell you what this thing is. And before I get there, I'm going to tell you a couple of other things that you need to do to prepare for this. Okay, so I'm going to get right to it. What you need to do to prepare for it, or what you can do to prepare, is that first of all, there's going to be a lot of fear right now. Like I woke up to all this panic and news, and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better because there are a lot of factors that we cannot control. But one of the things you can do is get educated about what's going on and try to fight through the fear of it. And what I mean by that is you're probably already looking at the news, you're probably looking at social, just like I do. But sometimes we want to turn things off because it's so much. Here's the thing, the people who are going to do really well and the people who have already done well for most of their lives, they're paying attention right now. And that is the landscape. So you need to meet them with that same energy. It'll help you. I know that especially during the pandemic and all those times, right, that have been so scary. When I got super scared, what I would do is I would take in a lot of information and then I would synthesize that information and try to get it out to other people. It is what I'm doing right now that I think about it. It is it's my trigger, right? Like it's the thing, my coping mechanism, I should say. It's my coping mechanism where if something is really scary, if I can get a lot of information about it and know as much as possible, then I can carry on. And if you take that and you synthesize that information and get it out to other people, that's even better. And this is going to relate to what I'm talking about. Another thing to get ready for this one thing is that you're going to think about how you can upskill. I know that no matter, you may be seasoned, you may be already successful, you may be just getting started. Whatever the case is, there's always room for improvement. And that's why I spend dozens of hours every week upskilling. I'm always researching, studying, and implementing. And you can choose one or two topics that you want to learn about. And that too will give you not only motivation, but it'll give you strength and leverage. It'll give you something that they can't take away from you, right? So if you upskill and you know more, again, it's about knowledge. If you know more and you're studying, and then you're also adding skill and even talent to that mix, it's incredibly powerful and incredibly valuable. So you're not just the same person you were 2 years from now, 4 years from now, because the world will keep on spinning. And because the world is going to keep on spinning, you can be there to meet the moment, whatever it turns out to be. Yes, I know that it is so uncertain right now. And by the time you see this, who knows what else would have happened in the world and in the US. We can't control all of that, although there's a lot we can control, but we can control how we react to it. And this is a moment. If you don't have the strength to do this, it is okay. But I want to tell you at least what the goals are. Because if you can do this, I'm telling you, you'll come out of this even stronger. Now, so you're going to take in information, you're going to study, you're going to also upskill, And what's that one main thing that you can do starting today that will actually help you thrive during this moment? And I want you to listen closely because it's probably not what you think. I'm going to tell you what I studied so many, and I'm talking thousands and thousands of people did this during the pandemic. And because they did this and they did it with the plan and with purpose and with intention, they were able to come out of the pandemic, something we thought we would never get out of in a like better than we were. Obviously, so much destruction happened and so much heartache happened. We lost so many people. I'll never forget that. I'll never not recognize that. But the people who survived, there are some people who really got rocked by it financially, and there's some people who absolutely thrived. I not only want you to be someone who thrives over the next few years, I need you to be. And I'll tell you what some people did and what you have control of. I can't get you a job. I can't move mountains for you, but here's what I can do. I can tell you this. The platform that I'm on right now, YouTube, you clicked on this, you were on this site, you found this video. You're watching to this point. That tells me something. This platform, there's a study that was recently done that said that in the last 17 years of YouTube, since it's been around, that same amount of billions and billions and I don't know, trillions of minutes watched, that same amount will be will be consumed and created over the next 3 years. So 17 years worth will be consumed and created over the next 3 years. That means that there is space for you, even if you've never uploaded a video in your life to YouTube. There is a space for you not to just come in and like try to figure out, oh, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to just force this. You're already doing something or know something or enjoy something that other people would want to consume on YouTube. Now, here's the part that gets lost in the mix. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. If you already have a company, YouTube can help you explode the awareness in a good way of that company. YouTube can help you expand in a way. So if you already have one, you're like, oh, Arlan, I don't want to have to learn a whole new skill and go get distracted. It's not a distraction. This is armor. This is you being Iron Man, right? This is something that can really bulk up what you already do. If you're just getting started, it can be something that creates an entire business for you from home in most cases. So very little barrier to entry. Does not cost you anything to join YouTube. There's no link to join YouTube, right? No, nothing like that. And in fact, if you reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month period, you actually start to get paid by YouTube to post. And in my case, in most people's cases who get this part, some people don't, but some people who get this, that AdSense money that YouTube gives is just a drop in the bucket compared to the other revenue and income that comes from your ability to have an entire media company at your disposal. I woke up this morning, I checked the news. I had been studying for the past 72 hours what's about to happen. And I said, I need to put a word out. I was able to do that within a couple of hours without spending any extra money or bringing a lot of people in or dealing with anything like that. I have internet, which I'm grateful for. I have a laptop, which I'm grateful for. And I have a microphone, which I'm grateful for. Those three things allowed me to get this message out to you. So if you've been watching for this long, think about that. This is, it's so real and realistic. And your limiting beliefs, if you have any, I'm not going to assume you have any, but if you do, if you have a little voice saying, oh, that's not for me, or oh, that's not what I thought, listen, there are going to be people who come up to me, who walk up to me or write to me in a year in 2 years, in 5 years. And they're going to say, I saw this particular video. I stopped second guessing myself. I stopped trying to make excuses for why this wouldn't work. I stopped telling myself I don't like to be on camera. I stopped telling myself a lot of things. And I just gave it a try for several months. And when I gave it a try for several months, my entire life changed. And I was able to withstand the rest. Now, I don't know what happens next in this world, in this country. I don't know what happens tomorrow. So there's no telling how we will be rocked. And I know that there are so many people who are disabled. There are people who are neurodivergent. There are people who are living in absolute poverty. They don't have access to the three things I just said, the microphone, the Wi-Fi, the MacBook. But if you're watching this, there is a way. Here's what I will say to you if you feel like you're in that category, because I hear from so many of you. Do a search on YouTube right now for something that you identify with as. If you have ADHD, do a search for that. If you are disabled physically, do a search for that type of being disabled. Do a search for it, and you will find the person or people who you say you can't do it because dot, 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 doing it. And it gives you that superpower. It adds an Iron Man suit around you because you now have a whole media company at your disposal. I was looking for a very niche topic that would describe me, very niche intersections yesterday. And I found it. I found a guy in Ireland who is exactly this incredible once in a lifetime mixture of things that I was looking for. It exists. And what it told me was, oh, I can do it too. He has this, that, and the other. I have that. I can do the thing that he's doing, right? So that told me that I could do what he's doing, the activity he was doing. So that means that there are not only people out there who are like you, but there are people out there watching and consuming that content. And that person or those people are being paid right now. While you're making excuses, they're being paid. So what are you going to do about that? How are you going to change your life and take things into your own hands?